day, good people, and Happy New Year. Welcome back to the channel. If you are returning and if you are new, welcome. And again, Happy New Year. I am so excited today to be starting off with my January currently inked in my brand new ink journal for 2026. Hopefully, you've already seen the setup of this journal. If not, please make sure you check that video out so that you can see what is all inside of here. But at any rate, at this point, we are going to go ahead and jump in with currently ink for the new year. And let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I wanted to point out is in looking at and looking through my stash, my pens and my inks for my January currently ink, I wanted to not only use inks that I've either never used before or inks that I haven't used in a long time. And in looking at these inks, there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, that are brand new. And then the others I just haven't used in a long time. And speaking of brand new, as far as in the pens that I've chosen for this month as well, let's see, for the most part, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are brand new as well. New as far as like November, December new are these three. And then I think late October new are these two. But nonetheless, I haven't really written with any of these pens. So that was part of why I selected the pens and selected the inks. Just wanted to share that with you. Let's scoot some of this stuff around. And let's just go ahead and get started with the currently inked. So the first ink that I am going to show you is a Wear and Go ink called Beneath the Wheel. It is a green ink. It is a pretty ink, in my opinion. And let's just go ahead and swatch it. I got a new muddler. It's very long, but I like it. Got it off of Amazon. And this ink again is a Wear and Go ink. And it is called Beneath the Wheel. I have put this ink in my Leonardo Magico with a fine nib. I think you guys have seen this. It's a fairly new ink pen, and I'm sure I've shown it already. Let me scoot these pens over too. But that's what I have inked. This is the pen, I apologize. This is the pen that I've put beneath the wheel in. So this is a Leonardo. And this is my first Magico. All of my other Leonardos are Memento Zeros. So I got to remember that. This is a Wear and Go ink called Beneath the Wheel. And it's a standard, to me, a standard green, but it's very pretty. And this is a fine nib. So that is the first ink and the first pen. Okay. The second ink and pen combination is this Retro 51. This is my first and only Retro 51 pen. I was excited to get it on a great deal and excited to try this pen out. So that is the next pen, and in it I have put an ink that is not new to us, an ink that you guys know I really like, which is the Monteverde Smoke Noir. I decided to put it in this pen because it just looked like a good matchup between the two. You guys know I love this Smoke Noir, how it goes down and then how it lightens itself up in a matter of time. It's doing it already. So I have Smoke Noir in this Retro 51. I think it's from the Tornado series. So that's what we're going to put here. This is a juicy medium nib. And this ink is the Pepper Plume. That's about as French as I'm going to get on you guys. And this color is Oyster. This is not. I got a list beside me, and I got the wrong thing going on. That is not Paper Plume. That is Smoke Noir. I have another gray ink in this lineup, so that's the problem. But that's okay. That is what happens. And you guys know when that dries down, I will fix it. So not a problem at all. Okay, so we'll be coming back to this color in another pen, basically. Okay, so next in the lineup, let's do a Pannonia ink. It's called Magus Sour Cherry. You guys have seen this in my swatch video. It's a pretty red. Pretty red ink. Like I shared in the video, it's my first time with Pannonia inks. Very happy so far with those inks. And I have put that beautiful red in my black cherry koi. Yeah, black cherry koi pen from Zodiac Pen Company in the Gemini model is what this is. So this is black cherry koi with a fine nib. And this color is Pannonia. And I'm pronouncing it Magus Sour Cherry. Pretty red. And I just thought it went lovely in this pen. Just wiping off some of the excess on there. Okay. So our next pen and ink combination is a Vinta ink called Bodabil. And I put it in my new Benu Holt pen. This one is called Icon from the new Benu Holt series. It's beautiful purples, shades of purple. That's black up there at the top. But the ink I put in here is a Vinta ink. And surprisingly, when I was getting ready for this video, I kept looking and I was like, "It's something about that ink." Yeah, you already have a bottle of it. That's what the something about that ink is. So this ink, hopefully it'll show its true properties because it changes color. It has a good sheen to it. And hopefully it'll demonstrate it while we're waiting on it to dry in this video. I really, really hope that I am in frame. Let me straighten up just a little bit. There we go. Okay. And again, this is the Banu Holt. Juicy writer as well. This is Icon. And I don't know if you can see it yet, but this ink is already starting to transform. This is a fine nib. And this is Vinta. Vaudeville. Okay. Gotta check on that downstroke too with this nib, but I'll do that later. Okay, so next in the lineup, we have a blue ink and a blue pen. And this is my Delta Sign of Times pen. I really, really enjoy the resin of this pen. I hope that you guys can see it on camera. It is a beautiful blue and gold is what's prominent, but then there's still touches of silver in the body. This is also my first Delta pen. I got number 131. That's one thing I forget to do is look on my pens and check them to see if they're in a series of some sort. I guess that's just never really been on my mind. But it's interesting information to know. Okay, and in this pen, I put a Diamine ink that I've had for a while called Twilight. Just have never really reached for the ink. Let me put a little bit more down. But I've had it in my collection almost since the beginning. This is an early on ink. But it's called Twilight. It's a pretty blue. I like the dry down of it. So that is what I have put in this Delta pen. So this is Delta. Excuse me, guys. Something went up my throat. Sorry about that. Delta Sign of Time. And I keep wanting to make it Signs of Times with S's, and it's not. And this is a Diamine ink called Twilight. I really think those downstrokes is my error. Trying not to press. And I don't know why I need to just write naturally with the pen. But at any rate, that's the blue for the month. Okay. Now, getting back to wrong ink, wrong name from up here. The next color is actually the oyster. Hello again, good people. Gray. At this point in the video, the sound and the audio just seem to have cut out. So I am trying to do a voiceover. This is only my second time doing this, so I hope it's going to come out pretty good. But here you see me putting down the Oyster Gray ink by Paper Plume, which I had made that mistake earlier when I was talking about the Retro 51 pen. So here I'm talking about correcting that, and that's the ink that I have put in my gray Jinhao 10. So that's what you see me doing at this point. And I'm sure that's just what I am talking about. Again, this is my January currently ink. So here I'm writing that this is the Jinhao 10, and this pen is a fine nib. So I was just being quiet for a moment. But at any rate, you will see me then move on to the last color for the January currently ink. It will be a black because I felt like I needed a black in my lineup, or I always put a black in my lineup. I don't always show it, but here I did decide to show it. The ink for the black for this month is going to be an Aurora ink, and I will be putting it in one of my Monteverde pens. I will be putting it in a pen called Super Mega. It is a black pen with chrome finish. So right here, you see me dipping in the sample and laying down the ink. Again, this ink is an Aurora ink, and it's simply called Aurora Black. I think it's a true black. When it dies down, it looks a little dusty, not in a negative way, but it's not like a black. But I mean, it is a black with a little bit of dust on it. And you guys have to excuse my poor little description of it, but it is a black ink. And again, I'm reaching for my pen at this point. I think that's what I'm telling you. And I'm going to show you again that this pen is a Monteverde pen. The pen is called Super Mega in black with a chrome finish. They also make this pen with a gunmetal finish. This pen has a good weight to it. It's a nice pen to write with. It's a smooth writer. And I have this pen in a fine nib as well. So for the remainder of the video, I'm just talking in general, and I'm trying to give the swatches time to dry. I'm also asking you, about your new year and how did you spend the holiday season? Did you love on your family? Did you celebrate anything other than the holidays? Was there someone's birthday or anniversary? I'm just chatting right here as I am completing the final swatch again for this January currently ink. I also am telling you here that I'm noticing I don't have a brown in the lineup, and I really, really need one. So now I am pulling my journal closer, definitely getting you guys to look at that Vinta ink and look at that green sheen on top of that color that's a little purple with a green sheen. I'm showing you the dry down and talking about the sheening and the shading of the inks and why I picked them and why I like them so much. But again, I'm also reiterating that I did not have a brown ink, and I know that after I record, I'm going to go find a pen and I'm going to put brown in it, because for me, I just have to have a brown, and a brown makes it complete. So I cut away, and then I came back once the inks were completely dry. And again, I am just chatting away. And at this point, who knows what I'm really saying. But I do hope that you enjoy this video. I hope that you enjoy the currently inked. And as always, love on your family. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.